Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of PSLE Math Secrets Revealed. In today's episode, we are going to explore solving a very common lower primary P1, P2 question that is commonly found in 7 and 8-year-old test papers in Singapore. So if you'd like to know how to solve a question like this in record time and without mistakes, stay with me all the way till the end and you'll be able to find out the answer for yourself. But without further ado, let us explore this question together. What is the length of the pencil shown below? Alright, so I'd like to show everyone two methods that we can employ to solve a question like this correct all the time without any mistakes. So first thing that we got to determine and understand is that this particular pencil has been broken into two parts. So how many parts? Two parts is the correct answer. So I will demarcate the first part by blue, as you can see in my diagram, and I'll demarcate the second part by red, as seen on the right side of the diagram. The next thing that needs to happen is that we need to be very careful, be very sharp with marking down of the decimal, as in we're going to mark down the points that the dotted lines hit the scale. Okay, so the scale looks like a ruler, looks like two different rulers, in fact, as in two different rulers, one on the bottom of the diagram and the other on the top. So I realized that the pencil, as in the marking, started at 5.3. So I'll just mark it out as 5.3 for everyone. So 5.3 is the starting point, and the end of the first part, it's stated that it ended at 7.8. Alright, as for the second part of our diagram, it's pretty obvious. Based on the scale, it started at 8 cm, okay, 8 cm, which is over here, so let me circle it, and it ended at 10.7. So let me just, do a good job of labeling the diagram for everyone who are watching this at home, who are revising for the PSLE. So yes, 10.7. So this method, I will actually prefer it to the next method that I'll teach you, because I find that this method is a lot more secure. It's a lot more safer. Alright, so 7.8 minus 5.3, I have to do simple subtraction. 7.8 subtract away 5.3, and this leads me to 2.5. So I'll just mark out 2.5 as the length of the first part. As for the second part, I'll do my working as well. It will be 10.7 subtract away 8, and I'll indicate this as 8.0. So by doing so, we will have 2.7. And now comes the fun part of combining the two. 2.5, and I add up 2.7, and this will eventually lead me to the answer of 5.2, which is none other than option 1. Alright, so this is method 1 of solving a question like this. No fuss, no muss. Basically just splitting up the pencil into two separate parts, indicated by blue and red. And using this method, I can easily get the answer. So the worst thing that a child can do in the exam is to use mental sum. So what do I mean by mental sum? Mental sum means just by staring at the question with very little working written down on the question paper, the child proceeds to search for the answer. And at this point in time, if the child is doing such a thing, it will basically be a hit or miss. It will be a bit like the roll of a dice. You wouldn't know what you're going to get, because the chances for making careless mistakes is extremely high. Alright? So now, I would like to show you method 2, which some students, they will actually use it to solve the question. So we realize that for method 2, once again, the pencil is started at 5.3. Okay, so let me just indicate that at the top of this dotted line, so 5.3. And you realize that for the second ruler, that's on the right side, the top, so-called the ruler scale that's on top, it says 8 cm, but it doesn't align with the 8 cm of the ruler at the bottom. Okay, so the ruler at the bottom indicates 7.8, but when it reaches the top, right, you realize that the number, the marking, is actually 0.2 centimeters higher than the marking below. Meaning the 8 cm that was circled in red is actually 0.2 centimeters greater than the 7.8 of the ruler at the bottom. So how can we resolve this? Okay, how can we resolve this? So what this basically means is that if we push back the scale, or rather if we treat the numbers for the ruler on the top, if you look at it this way, if you look at the numbers for the ruler, as in the numbers on the scale of the ruler on top, we say that every single marking is basically 0.2 cm greater than what it should be. Okay, it's 0.2 cm greater. So this would mean that the 10.7 cm that is shown, okay, let me just circle this, the 10.7 cm that is shown on the scale for the ruler on top, if this ruler were to be aligned nicely with the ruler at the bottom, means both of them start at 8 cm, this marking, right, wouldn't be 10.7 centimeters. It will actually be 10.5. Okay, 10.5. So we can proceed to mentally subtract 0.2 and we can get 10.5. And after doing so, we can simply just use the 10.5 that I'm circling over here in green to subtract away the starting point of 5.3. So 10.5, which is what the marking is going to be if it was aligned properly, meaning if both ruler scales are aligned exactly, subtract away 5.3. And once we do that, we will get the answer, the same answer as just now, of 5.2. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video or you got anything out of it whatsoever, please hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also comment below, let us know where you guys are tuning from. That's always good to know. And finally, if you are new to this channel and you haven't already, remember, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications button. That's the little bell sign, by the way, because this year we are committed to making weekly videos to hold you accountable and to make this your best year in mathematics. But for now, this is Teacher Ray signing off. Bye bye.